Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our Lead the Field monthly Q&A call. My name is Tracy Caligiuri, and I am joined by Bob. Bob, if you are ready, we'll go ahead and get started with our questions. Hey, Bob, are you there?
Yeah, hold it 1 minute.
Okay.
Can you bring her in here?
All righty, Ken.
All right, here we go. So our first question is from Tamar. Sometimes I am feeling resistant to the repetition of this material. Is that just my old paradigm? How can I move into a more joyful, excited place of appreciation for what I'm learning here?
Well, your paradigm is going to try and reject the repetition, and it will seem boring. That's what you have to go through, though, if you're going to, if you're going to alter the paradigm. See, you're programmed to live the way you're living. I'm trying to get this fixed. I was trying to turn the camera on here. It doesn't seem to be working. Hold on 1 minute. Am I on your screen?
It's just black on my end.
Okay. Okay. See, what you're doing, your mind has been programmed to live the way you've been living. Now, what you want to do is look at the results that you're getting and have been getting. And most people's results don't really change very much 1 year to the next. There's gradual, like incremental improvements, but no quantum leap. Like there's no real big change. When I started, it was Lead the Field that I started really studying. And my income in the first year went from $4,000 a year to $15,000 a month. That's a dramatic change. Now, I was listening to, I had the records going constantly. It was all with records at the time. But I had those records going constantly. They never stopped. I kept them going all the time. And I don't think I got bored with the repetition. I was fascinated with what he was saying. It was such a departure from the way I was living. And what you want to understand is the more you study this, the more you really get a grasp, an understanding of it, you'll start to see what you're doing each day. You're going to become aware of what you're doing. Most people are not aware of what they're doing. They just do it. They go through their day and there's a pattern and they're following it. But as you start really studying into this, and that comes through the repetition, you're going to develop a new awareness. You're going to start becoming very consciously aware of what the people around you are doing, what they're saying, how they're living. And you're going to see how to really make changes in your life. But that comes through the repetition of listening to the material. So if it gets a little old at times and you don't really like listening to it, stick with it, because the results you get are very well worth the time and the energy that you put into it. And you will feel resistance because the paradigm doesn't want you to do that. Paradigm wants you to keep doing what you're doing. Okay? That's why they say habits die hard, and they do. Yes, sir.
Great. Next one's from Eleni. I love your material, books, and resources that you give us. Many times I get overwhelmed and then disappointed that I cannot implement the things you are teaching. How can I manage the situation?
Well, first of all, you're not going to manage it, or you're not going to implement it all. There's so much of it, and we inundate you with the material. So you're not going to get it all. First of all, I'm still learning it. And I've been at it now for a long, long time. And I'm still studying the material. And you're not going to implement it all. But the changes that you do make are so worthwhile. Just keep going, you know. And if you're not using it all, that's okay. You probably won't use it all. But, you know, use what you can, implement what you can. And as long as there's progress, you want to be satisfied. Well, satisfied is the wrong word. You want to be happy. You should always be dissatisfied, because dissatisfaction is what keeps us going ahead, you know. Okay.
Okay, next one's from Carol. I am just starting out in my business, and in order to get work, I must have several things such as demo reel, bio, websites, and a system to attract clients. Right now, I am taking training to learning these things. So my questions are, what order would you put to these trainings from the Proctor Gallagher Institute? Also, in this lesson, you recommend that we stop wasting time doing things that don't help us reach our goals. But in the last lesson, you mentioned a man who took a vacation every month. So I'm confused. Shouldn't we take some time off to clear our minds and be open to ideas to flow to us?
Absolutely, you should. Yeah, sure. You want to take some breaks. Give it everything you've got, but bring some balance in. Like, you should take some breaks. You don't want to be studying all the time. You're studying two types of things. One is more on an intellectual level, and that's in building your business. And so you want to keep that, give that some priority, because if you're not building the business, you haven't got any business, you haven't got any income, then the game is over. So you want to take care of the business, but give this time too. Like, I think if you spend an hour a day, that's a respectable amount of time. 1 hour, but spend an hour every day. Keep in mind that's 9 40-hour weeks in a year. It may not seem much, you know, day in, day out, 1 hour, but put 365 of them together, and you've got a lot of serious studying that you've been doing. Okay.
All right, and she has a second part to her question. This is an industry I have never worked in before and don't know anyone in it that would fit the description of a leader standing head over heels over everyone. What do I do in this case?
Well, I don't know what you're doing, but I do know there has to be people that are doing what you're doing that are better at it than you. You'll probably find some courses online. I know when Corey started to work with us, she was a dental hygienist. Not much work on a computer at all. And as far as social media was concerned, she knew next to nothing about it. I think her kids were involved in it to some degree, because she had a couple of teenagers, but she hadn't done any. And then she took over Facebook, and nobody in our company was paying attention to it. Now, I'm going back a bit. I think we had 50,000 followers. Well, here this past July, we just recorded 1 million followers. Corey became super efficient in this. She took courses. She took courses online. She looked up courses. She found them herself and took them on her own. There's ways of learning what you're doing. And if you make up your mind you're going to learn more about it, you're going to find what those ways are. And I would imagine that you'll find, you search it online and you'll find people that can help you there. Okay?
All right, next one's from Stavriana. Bob, I've heard you a few times saying, this person is dead to me, and I'd like to adopt this attitude with someone who I thought was my best friend and is now harming me. Would you please elaborate how to do this?
Well, dead is no connection. See, absolutely nothing's dead. Nothing's created or destroyed. That only postulates the theory of life. But what we're talking about here is when a person is dead to you, there's just no connection. When the thought of that person comes into your mind, you let it go. You don't want to do them any harm. You don't want to do them any good. You just don't want to do anything with them. They're finished. It's all over. And you have no connection. And when the thought of them comes to your mind, you reject it. Just let it go. Release it. Don't have bad thoughts about them, because if you have bad thoughts about somebody else, they pass through you first. You got to put yourself in that vibration before you can send it to anybody. And that's not something you want to do. So when they're dead to you, they're just, that's it. It's all over. No connection. When they come to your mind, release it. Just release it. Okay?
Next one's from Anna. During the Paradigm Shift event in LA a few months back, we saw Bob reading people and telling them what they were like. How can a person develop this skill?
Well, you have intellectual factors. You have perception, the will, reason, imagination, memory, and last but not least, intuition. Intuition is what gives you the ability to pick up vibration and translate it in your mind. Everybody is intuitive. It's not that I'm doing something that you can't do. I have just worked at developing my intuition. So the question now is, how can I develop my intuition? Well, when you're with another person, when you're talking to them, give them all of your attention, all of your conscious attention, undivided attention. You give them all of your undivided attention. Now, that's something most people don't do. Most people are thinking of themselves when they're talking to somebody else. I hope she likes me. I hope he likes me. I hope I'm doing this right. Don't do that. Put all of your conscious attention on the other person and be aware of what you're feeling. You'll pick up feelings from them. If they have a mood shift, you've been with people where they have a mood, just like that, their mood shifts. When the mood shifts, you feel it. Well, feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. When your vibration changes, you feel it. Conscious awareness of vibration. That's what feeling is, vibration. And the feeling is the conscious awareness of it. So your intuitive factor picks up feelings from other people. You maybe sit down at a restaurant with someone and you're looking at the menu and you're thinking of something you're going to order, and they order it. And it's a pretty big menu. You're thinking, how did that happen? Well, one of you thought of it, the other picked it up and said it. You're picking up other people's feelings all the time. And when you do, it's your intuitive factor that's doing that. Now, what you need is positive feedback. If I'm with you and I say, were you just thinking this, or were you just feeling that? And you say, yeah, that's positive feedback. And you want to work at developing it. Everybody is intuitive. It's your intuition. We have a program online. I think it's The Magic in Your Mind. Is that the name of it, Tracy?
Yep.
The Magic in Your Mind. Go on there, go online, get that program, and study it. In fact, give everybody a link to that program, Tracy. Everybody's on the line today. Give them a link to that.
Will do.
And you go through and study it. Okay? Go ahead.
All right. Next one's from Jennifer. She has 2 questions. I am not good at selling and I am new to my area. I don't really know anyone. How am I going to build my business?
Well, quit telling yourself you're not good at selling. You're probably very good at it. Selling, you have to understand what it is. It's having your ideas accepted, adopted, or approved. And if you're new to it in your area, then everybody's a prospect. I don't know what your business is, but I do know that there's lots of people out there that probably want what you've got. And just make up your mind you're going to get good at selling. There's a great book on selling. It's got a bad title, but it's a great book. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. by Frank Betger, B-E-T-G-E-R. Frank Betger. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. Everybody that sells should have that book. It's a tremendous book. I've often thought he should change the title. It's a great book. You want to get it and start studying it, okay?
All right, and her second question. We purchased a new ranching business and had a bad foreman and are behind financially. I'm having a hard time as I go through the day worrying if we are going to lose everything. I am using a gratitude journal daily. I start the day great, then suddenly I get sick to my stomach with worry and then talk myself out of things. How do I stay out of this cycle?
Well, just make a decision. You're going to stay out of the cycle. Don't spend 5 seconds thinking of debt. Don't spend 5 seconds thinking of what you don't want. You got to set up all kinds of props for yourself, Jennifer, that trigger you and get you going in a positive direction. Write out a positive affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that our business is starting to move in the right direction and that our finances are moving into a better state. You know, it's something positive, and just keep going over it and keep going over it. And don't spend any time worrying. Every time you find yourself worrying, stop it. Have an affirmation. Get the book or get the song. Download the song Pretend by Nat King Cole. Pretend by Nat King Cole. And I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Miller. Is it Johnny Miller? I Can See Clearly Now. I forgot the title. I forgot the guy's got to get his record in the house. Get those two records and listen to them frequently. They're upbeat. I Can See Clearly. Somebody help me. Who's
Johnny Nash.
Johnny Nash, that's it. Thank you. I Can See Clearly by Johnny Nash and Pretend by Nat King Cole. Play those things until they're playing in your mind when you're going to sleep. Okay?
Okay. Next question's from Michael. Bob, you often talk about universal laws and how it applies to everyone, yet very few people, even those aware of the law, are successful. Why is that?
Because they don't follow the law. See, the number of people that study this are in the minority. People are programmed. We're programmed genetically and environmentally. You've learned that in this course. And there's only a very small percentage of the population that really understand paradigms and understand how to alter paradigms or how to build a positive paradigm. There's just very few people study it. And that's a sad thing because it's not that difficult. And when you start to study it, just understand there's not a whole lot of people who understand what you're doing. School does not teach it. That's why we have people coming out of universities with great degrees and they maybe got great marks. They could come out with an ace in all their exams and still fail because they don't understand the laws of life. A person that's smart isn't necessarily going to win. When we say smart, person that's, intellectually that got great marks in school. You've got to start to understand these laws and live by them to the best of your ability. You're not going to do it perfect. I certainly don't. And when I started to study this, I didn't know anybody else that was studying it. And I was a bit of an oddball, but I was so fascinated with the material, I couldn't stop studying it. And I'm still fascinated and I haven't stopped studying it. But I've seen phenomenal changes take place in my life. And I do extremely well. I know people that are a lot brighter than me that aren't doing anywhere near as well as me. See, it has nothing to do with how bright you are, how smart you are, or how much education you have. What it has to do with understanding and application of the laws. You're on the right track. Just stay with us with this, okay?
Okay. Next one is from Christy. There aren't as many questions with Lead the Field as there is with thinking into results. Should we still be journaling? If so, what about?
Well, journaling is a great idea. Journaling, well, just what's going on in your day, what's going on in your mind. Start keeping track of it. And you'll find that there's patterns in your life. Journaling will enable you to see that there's patterns in your thinking and in your life. And some of those patterns are not good. And some of them lead to results that you really don't want. And if you journal, you'll start to see how those patterns are part of your habitual nature. And then you're going to start working at changing them. Okay? Lead the Field's a great program. I just love this program. Start studying it. Keep studying it. Don't stop studying it.
Next one's from Paul. He has 2 questions. Regarding reading a chapter or book repeatedly, is listening to an audio chapter considered the same as reading the chapter?
It would be the same thing. It'd be the same thing. I prefer reading it. I like looking at it. I like studying it. But it would be the same thing. You see, it's the repetition. What you want to do is try and understand what he's saying. Like, I have a book holder on my desk. And anybody that's ever been in the studio see it. And I have the book open at Entering into the Spirit of It. It's a part of a book by Thomas Troward called The Hidden Power. And I've been reading that since, well, about this almost a year. 3 or 4 lessons like that I've been studying every day for a year. And I find that I start to do the things that I'm studying then. Okay?
Second question, from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich chapter, Persistence, included in the symptoms of lack of persistence, number 6 is self-satisfaction, for which there is little remedy or hope. What might be considered self-satisfaction?
Well, self-satisfaction is being satisfied with self. You're being satisfied with yourself. You like what you're doing. And I don't think we should ever be satisfied. I just said that a few minutes ago. We want to be happy with what we're doing, but we should never be satisfied with it. If you're satisfied with where you are, you're going to stay stuck. You've got to move beyond it. Okay?
Okay, next one's from Kendra. When creating a new habit, I find that if I don't do the things I said I was going to, I beat myself up about it. How do you self-discipline without beating yourself up and making yourself feel bad about it?
Well, I think it's a good thing to chastise yourself if you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, but you don't dwell on it. Dwelling on the negative is never going to do anyone any good. It just isn't. You see, when creating a new habit, I find if I don't do the thing I was going to do, I beat myself up about it. Well, don't do that. You know, that itself is a habit. And say, I'm going to change that. You're just going to give everything you've got and keep working at it.
Okay.
Get into a positive affirmation about yourself. Write it out. Begin by writing, I'm so happy and grateful now that. And say something really good about yourself. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am putting a conscious effort into improving me, improving everything I do. I am getting to like myself more every day, and I'm certainly liking the results I'm getting more. Something along that line. And start repeating it over and over again. You've got to get a good opinion of you. If you don't have a good opinion of you, who's going to? Okay?
Okay. Next question is from Niku. If you were the owner of a sales-driven videography business with a goal of fully automating it, would you focus on getting better at selling, videography, managing your people, or something else entirely? And what would be the reason for what you chose?
Well, if you have a business that you've got to sell what you've got, you definitely want to improve your ability to sell. And that you become consciously aware of how you're selling, what you're doing, how you're making a presentation. I'll tell you something I have learned. I learned a long time ago. Most salespeople have a terrible sales presentation. They've just got a very bad sales presentation, and therefore they don't sell very much. In any field, there's only a few real stars. Become a star. Make up your mind you're going to do a great job selling. Now, if you're a videographer, you want to get better at it. I don't care how good you are, you want to get better. I am forever working and getting better at what I do. I've been doing this for many, many years. Been in the business a long time. Been studying it since 1961. Been working in this field since 1968. And I every day I want to get better. Now, when it comes to managing people, what you want to do is help people improve the quality of their life. See, if you're building a business, you're going to need people. Find out what those people want and help them get it. So I think you're on the right track improving the things you've got here. You never stop improving your ability to sell, and you never want to stop improving your ability as a videographer. You want to get better at it. We have a couple of them that work here that work with us, and they're very, very good. And they're always trying to get better. Okay.
Next one's from Harry. I have a short-term goal I keep failing to achieve. I think my old paradigm doesn't think I'm worthy of it and will achieve it. I find it difficult to consistently feel the emotion that it's going to happen and fuse with that emotion every day. I know I must be in this vibration to attract it. Any advice how I can change this?
Well, is a short-term goal really a goal? I mean, is it something that really gets you excited? And the idea you keep failing to achieve it. Well, Edison kept failing too, but he never considered it failure. He considered it steps that he had to take to reach his goal, which was build an incandescent light bulb. When you ask, I think, well, paradigm doesn't think I'm worthy of it. Well, if that's true, and you're the only one that can answer that, you want to change that. And you want to realize that it's not a matter of you being worthy of the goal. You want to ask, is the goal worthy of you? You're trading your life for your goal. So you've got to have a real healthy opinion of yourself. And quit saying that you keep failing. Make up your mind you're not going to fail. The only way you can fail is to quit, and you're just not going to quit. So give it everything you've got and get out there and make it happen. Okay.
All right, next one's from Bushra. To make my business run efficiently, I need 4 more people on board. How do I do this not knowing how the wages will be paid? I have no reserve on the side, but it's a beauty business, and to generate more from the capacity I have, I need more people on board.
Well, I'll tell you, I have seen it where I couldn't get paid myself because I was paid staff. I didn't treat myself to anything that cost money. I put it into paying the staff. You put staff first. You don't need 4 more people. You probably want 4 more people. Get out there and get it and make sure you have the money. See, it sounds like there's so many questions coming up here. It sounds like people are accepting what they don't want. You're settling for what you don't want. Don't do that. Just absolutely refuse to do that. And give it everything you've got. But if you need 4 people, get the 4 people and make certain that you've got the money to pay them. Okay? And you will have it. Okay?
Okay, next one's from Joe. The past 12 months, my goal has been driving me to launch my business. The business has now launched, and I seem to be filling with worry and fear. But I know my goal will be achieved. Some advice, please.
Well, the worry and fear is a conscious choice. I always say it's a psychic disease. It's something you choose. Nobody causes you to worry, and the worry causes the fear. See, the worry is on a conscious level. The fear is on a subconscious level. It's on an emotional level. And just make up your mind that you're not going to worry. When worry enters your mind, you kick it out. Worry is a negative idea, and it's a choice of choosing a negative idea. The positive polar opposite to worry is understanding. Understanding you're looking at the negative side of something. That's what's causing the worry. Well, you want to understand there's another side to it. Everything has an opposite. You couldn't have a down without an up. You couldn't have a right without a wrong. You couldn't have in without out. And you can't have something that's going to cause you to worry without having something good. There's something good in it. Well, start looking for the good in it. It's the worry that causes the fear. The worry is an idea intellectually that you get emotionally involved in. The emotion then is fear. And that expresses itself in anxiety. Just don't go there. Go on the other side, understanding, and an emotional side of the understanding is faith. The physical well-being is well-being. Okay? Keep going.
Next one's from John. I'm well on the path of going to Matrix in March of 2019. Any advice on preparing for this event? I want it to be a life-changing event for me. Would the Goal Achiever Summit live stream be a good preparation?
Absolutely. No question about it. Listen, any program you get where you're getting a better grip on yourself and the laws that govern your life, the better off you're going to be. The Matrix, I think, is probably one of the greatest courses that's available anywhere in the world today. It really helps people. We've got one starting Monday, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's 6 days, very high power, everybody originating and improving an idea. And it's a life-changing experience. Anything you can do that's positive that prepare you for that, do it. Okay?
Okay, next one's from Arun. Can you please elaborate on Napoleon Hill's statement, your big opportunity might be right where you are now. Don't look for opportunity in the distance, but recognize and embrace it right where you are.
Yeah, well, that's very good, and it's very true. See, nothing's created or destroyed. Nothing. Everything's already here. And opportunity isn't getting. Opportunity is in giving. Opportunity, most people look at it as something they're going to get. It's something good coming their way. Opportunity is really tied into serving, into giving. And it's sitting right where you are. Just stop and think of all the people that you can serve, the people you can help. You'll run into them every day.
Okay, next one's from Lucy. I'm taking 2 of your programs, the New Lead the Field and your Bob Proctor coaching program. Which one should take priority if my immediate goal is to make my annual income my monthly income?
Well, both of them are helping you do that. It's not a matter of giving one priority over the other. Study them both. You'll find that they come together just like a, hand in a glove. I mean, the coaching and the New Lead the Field are just, they tie together beautifully. and use them both to move your annual income towards your monthly income. And it's not as hard to do as you think it is. It really isn't. If you want to make up your mind, you're going to make it look really easy. And brainstorm with people. Say, let's just play a game. We won't get with somebody else and say, we're not going to spend 5 seconds thinking of why we can't do this. All of our energy is going to go into how we can. And here's the deal. How can we turn our annual income to a monthly income? Now multiply it out, see what it is. Then divide it by 30, divide it by 4.3. There's 4.3 weeks in a month. Play a game with it. And you'll start to make it look pretty easy. Just keep making up your mind. Your idea is reduce it to the ridiculous, make it look easy. Okay?
Right, next one's from Oscar. Do I keep stretching, buying more trucks and more equipment for my business?
Well, I don't know. I don't know enough about your business. You do want to keep stretching, though. You might not want more trucks or more equipment. What you want is more business for the trucks you've got, possibly. That's really what you want to do. You want to improve the income. You want to improve the business. That might cause you to get more trucks, more equipment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do that. You just might become more proficient with what you've got. But definitely keep stretching. We were just talking about turn your annual income to a monthly income. That's stretching. You want to stretch your mind. See, there isn't anybody alive that can even guess at what you're capable of doing. So it makes sense to stretch.
All right, next one's from Amaret. She has 3 questions here. Where can I find other high vibration people to form a mastermind group with? And how do you suggest we run the mastermind in order to manifest what we want quickly? I put up a post to try and find people, and there were no takers on the Bob Proctor Live Facebook page.
Well, first of all, you only want to start with one person. And if anybody would like to start masterminding with Amarat, I want you to send Tracy a note right now. And the first one, Tracy, you send it out to Amarat. And then the 2 of you get on a call. Now, I don't know if you've got the masterminding rules. There's the principles for masterminding. If you haven't got them, you want to get them. Okay? Send out masterminding, the principles for masterminding to everybody, Tracy. Okay?
Okay, and we already have 2 people that messaged in, so I will get those names and I will get you guys connected.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, second question. How do I alchemize negative energy sent towards me and then use the neutralized version for manifesting?
Well, first of all, just ignore that there's negative energy coming towards you. Don't even spend any time thinking of that. You just spend your time thinking of good things, how you can help people, how you can cause everybody to feel better because you've been in their presence. Leave everybody with the impression of increase. You're going to leave everybody feeling better because you've talked to them. Don't even entertain the thought that somebody's sending you negative energy. And if they are, you haven't got any room for it anyway because you're just thinking positive thoughts. You're an upbeat vibration. Okay.
All right, and third part of the question, I want to manifest a large sum of money by the end of the year. I'm using your techniques. Any advice to increase or amplify my magnetism?
Well, you say a large amount of money. I don't know if the large is that's a very ambiguous term. How much is large? See, what's large to one person may be small to another person. Remember Peggy McCall phoning me one time and telling me that she and Denny, her husband, were looking at a house, but it was $1 million more than they wanted to pay. And I said, well, make the $1 million look small. We got a nothing flat. I had a book cover that she sent me, make $1 million look small. We did a seminar on it. In fact, we earned $1 million on it. There's nothing big and nothing small. We make it what it is. So you want to manifest X amount of dollars by the end of the year. Well, start to break it down. How many weeks is that you've got to work on that? Keep in mind, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. Now we're coming towards the end of the year. We're in the second half. Just keep working at it. Okay.
Okay. Next one is from Arden. Hi, Bob. I am a PhD student in biology here in Germany. I am passionate about self-development and this material. I would like to teach what I already know to other students of my graduate school. If you were me, how would you proceed?
Well, I would do it just like what happened here on the call a few minutes ago. Get one other person and start talking to them about this. Take a lesson and say, I would like to just talk to you about this. Only want to talk good. I don't want any thoughts of what's wrong with it or why it isn't good. Just positive thoughts, all positive input, and let's talk about this lesson. And find somebody that's willing to sit down and talk to you about it. Just brainstorm. See, this program has a great reputation, worldwide, by the way, and look at it that way and start sharing it with people. Okay, that's where I would start. Start with one person.
Okay, and then a second question. In addition, I would like to become an entrepreneur as well as an international self-development speaker. Who do I need to become to achieve that, and what do I need to do right now to get started?
Well, I'm going to give you a name. You get a hold of Tracy. I want you to I'm going to send a man's name, Wolfgang Sonnenberg. If you're in Germany, this guy, you can fill the bill for you. He's very good. And you tell him I recommended you to contact him. Okay?
Okay.
I will send you Wolfgang's information, Tracy, and you can forward it on.
Okay. All right. Next question is from Ignis. Seems that I'm addicted to my current situation, not taking action, not getting started on what I'd like to change. How should I start from dead stop?
Well, first of all, what you're saying is your paradigm is in control of you, if I'm reading this properly. And you have things that you want to do, but you're not taking any action on them. You start from a dead stop by writing out your goal. Write out what it is you want to accomplish. Write your goal, okay? And then write down 6 things that are goal-achieving activity. 6. And you do that every night. 6 goal-achieving activities. You may not get them all done the next day, but this is where you start. Now you've got, life gets in the road at times, you know, but give it everything you've got, and that's where you start. You write out what it is you want to accomplish, the goal. Now, the habit patterns that you've had in the past are probably not going to take you to your goal. So you're going to find yourself having to change habit patterns. That's changing the paradigm, really. Okay? Next one.
Okay, and second question. I can visualize the life I'd want, but I don't really want it. It seems that it won't really make me happy. That is pointless anyway. Thoughts?
Well, this doesn't make sense. I can visualize the life I want, but I don't really want it. Well, then it's not really something, you're talking about something, but it's not what you really want. Take the time to relax and ask yourself, what do I really love doing? What do I love doing? How would I love spending my day? And then start to zero in on doing something along that line. Something you love, and you're going to do it, and you're going to do it in a big way. See, wants come from the essence of who we are. Wants come from our spiritual DNA. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. And the spiritual DNA, that's the essence of you, is always seeking expression with and through you. So that's what causes us to want things. Wants are very important. Wants cause us to reach, to stretch, to step out, to get out of the box. Okay, next one.
All right, next one's from Sever. I heard Bob talking about just make a decision to achieve a preset goal. Please describe in simple terms the following. Make a decision. Also, how many types of decisions are there?
Oh, there's probably all kinds of decisions. There's big ones, there's small ones, there's important ones, there's unimportant ones, there's future decisions. A decision, you want to take and read the chapter on decision from Think and Grow Rich and read it every day for a month. But I'd suggest you read it with someone. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to be with you. You get on the phone at a particular time. This is a great exercise for anybody who can hear my voice right now. But you're going to get on the phone with somebody at a particular time, and you start reading, and you're reading the chapter on decision from Think and Grow Rich. And you read a few lines, and then you'll say pass. And they pick it up, and they start reading. And they read for a bit, and then they say pass. Now, by doing it that way, you're reading even while the other person's reading out loud. You're mentally reading it. While you're reading out loud, they're mentally reading it. And you keep doing this until you read the chapter. And you do that every day. You read the chapter on decision every day, and you're going to be learning something that most people never learn. First of all, you should make decisions very fast and change them very slow if and when they change them at all. Most people are not good at decision making. We're not taught how to make decisions in school. The second you make a decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency for all the good that's required to manifest that decision. Read the chapter on decision every day for a month. Next one.
Excuse me. Next one's from an anonymous. Sorry about that. My main desire is to manifest financial wealth into my life. 8 months after purchasing the program, I'm still in the same position. What could be blocking me, and how do I change that?
You are blocking you. You are blocking you. Now, I don't know what you're earning, but I want to suggest that you write it out, then put a big X over it and double it. Now say in the next 8 months, I am going to double my income. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And every day you spend about 5-10 minutes, and that is all you do. Take a pad and set the pad aside. It's just a notepad, and the only thing the pad is going to be used for is figuring out how to double your income over the next 8 months. Make up your mind you're going to do that, and then start actively working at it. First of all, you could become an affiliate for this program. You could become an affiliate for this program. And if you want to become an affiliate for this program, then anybody you sell it to, you would earn a handsome commission on it. You just send Tracy a note, and she will put out, in fact, send everybody that's on this call, Tracy, a letter on how to become an affiliate to sell the program.
You got it.
Good.
All right, next one's from Byron. Hi, Bob. Thank you for answering my question. I am in the process of writing some books and creating an app that will help solve a massive problem in the construction industry. Both tasks require a clear mind, and I'm adopting the approach of doing more than being paid for. As I am taking time off from concentrating on working 9 to 5 to earn money, finances are a little tight and cause some concern about how the money will come to me. I am writing my self-image script every day, and in 2019 I will earn over $1 million with 10,000 users for the app and providing a great service to the community. Do I need to alter my money paradigm? Is there anything else I should be doing that you can suggest when being in this position?
No, I think you're on the right track. I think you're doing very well. I like what you've written there. I like what you're doing. The million may be small, but that's okay. I would suggest a million's not a big enough target for you. Based on your thinking, just based on what you're saying and what you're writing here, you might consider raising that. I think you're on the right track. I would just keep doing what you're doing. I don't even think I can add into that. You might find somebody to mastermind this with. If you had 2 names, you might add those 2 names to this, send them out. If you can find somebody to mastermind this with, Byron, it would probably be a good thing. Just, it's always good to have somebody to bounce the ideas off. Okay.
Okay, next one's from Kristen. Bob, could you please speak a bit about the vacuum law of prosperity and what kind of mindset I should have when giving away my belongings I no longer want? What organization do you donate to?
Oh, well, I donate to all kinds of different organizations. And some of it would fall under this category and some wouldn't. The vacuum law of prosperity it's such a beautiful law, and it's so misunderstood. I write about it in the Born Rich book, and I recommend the Born Rich seminar that you go through your closet, your clothes closet or your wardrobe. There's all kinds of clothes in there you're never going to wear. Never. And they're good. They're good clothes. You just don't like them anymore. There's, if you're going through the closet, this is a good exercise for everyone. Start at one side and go right through the whole thing. And you take every article and you look at it and say, do I like this? Do I wear it frequently? Now, if the answer is yes, I like it. No, I don't wear it frequently. I'm probably never going to wear it again. Set it aside. You're going to give it away. And keep doing that. Now, you're going to come across something you spent a lot of money on, or you put it on, just didn't feel right. And you don't feel you should just give it away because you've never worn it. Get rid of it. If you're not using it, get rid of it. Go through your closet. There's all kinds of clothes in your closet you're never going to wear. Get rid of it. And then take it, give it to the Crippled Civilians, the Salvation Army, any of those organizations. They'll put it to good use. I remember one time I was teaching this in a seminar, and I'm going back many, many years. And I was telling people, like, you have things in your home that you don't want. Get rid of them. Well, there was some furniture in our kitchen that I never really liked. A couple of days after I taught this lesson, I come home, that furniture was gone. And I said, where's the furniture? And she said, I give it away. What do you mean you give it away? Well, you were talking about the vacuum of prosperity. Neither one of us like this. We're always saying that. And you see, I was reacting. But actually, that was a good thing. Create a space for the good that you desire. I remember one time going through a football club in Australia. And I had never really understood the game. So I had them teaching me as much as I could because I was being hired to work with the team. And as it turned out, they had a case in the club to put trophies. They wanted to win the premiership or whatever it was, the big, big award, being the top club in Australia. And so I said, where's the space for the cup? You get a cup or you get some kind of an award. Oh, we'll make a space when we get it. No. I said, you make the space now and then you'll get it. Mike, what's his name? He's a Canadian golfer. Mike, I forget his name. He created a trophy room in a house that he built, and he had a case made for the Masters Trophy. Mike won the Masters tournament. That's something, just one a year. Baby, you got to really be good to win that one. He won it. He created space for the good that he desired. That's what you want to do. And it doesn't matter what organization you donated to. Any of those organizations are good that look out for things like that.
Okay, next one's from Frank. Can a person actually experience physical changes as they listen to the program? Example, get headaches as your vibration changes or your thought patterns change, or do your paradigms fight back physically?
Well, of course you can change anything. All things are possible. And when you understand how the law works, you'll understand that. So yes, you can change anything. Now, example, get headaches. Yeah, you can start getting headaches, but you can also eliminate the headaches. You can change anything. Your body is an instrument of your mind. It's an instrument of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind. It obeys them. The body is like a dumb terminal. It can only do what you tell it to do. But the answer to your question is yes, you can change anything. Okay?
And second question, what is the best way to get the most out of this program?
Study it religiously every day, and find someone to brainstorm, to mastermind it with, but every day. Now, I've been doing that every day for over 50 years. But when I started to study it, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any business. I couldn't even get a decent job. I have earned and do earn millions of dollars. I'll be 85 on my next birthday, and I'd wear a lot of people out that are 35. I have friends all over the world. I absolutely love what I do. Does it work? Yeah, it really does. Okay.
Okay, next question is from Arthur. I have habits that have kept me from growing, including substance abuse. I have tried numerous ways to stop, including bioenergy healing, but I always return. Please, how can I stop forever?
I walked into a bar many, many years ago, and I looked around, and I thought, God, they're all bums in here. And then I realized I must be too, because I'm always coming here. And I put that glass down, and I said, I'm never going to pick this up again. And I walked out, and I never have. That was many, many, many years ago. Make a decision and stick to it. Just say, absolutely no more. Listen, discipline is giving yourself a command and follow it. If you cannot discipline yourself, you're stuck where you are. And since nothing stays where it is, you're not going to go ahead, you'll go backwards. Just make up your mind, Arthur. No more. Not tomorrow, right now. Right now. If I can do that, you can do that, Arthur. Well, Tracy.
We are at the top of the hour.
Listen, Tracy, you do a phenomenal job. I've always been impressed with you. I really have. You have a great reputation in our company. Everybody loves working with Tracy, but you do a phenomenal job. So I want to thank you, but I want everybody on the line to know. You know, we've got a lot of really special people in this company. The company seems to attract great men and women, and we've got them. But this young lady is one of the best. So Tracy, it's been a profit and a pleasure. I look forward to the next call.
Thanks so much, Bob, and look forward to an email from me later on today with all that follow-up stuff that Bob has asked me to send out. So thanks for your time, Bob, and thanks for everyone joining. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.